Hi everybody, it's Heidi Woods with Mindful You, Mindful Me, and I wanted to share a practice with all of you that we can use throughout the day at any given point just to help us find our center, help us find that calming breath. It's a heart and belly breathing meditation. I use it with kids often. It's a practice that can help us in times of stress, again, to help us activate the calming part of our nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, I'm doing this from my car in between running errands because that's life, right? But it's kind of an on-the-go practice that can be used at any time, anywhere, as long as you're not driving, to help us find that space of calm, that space of peace, that ability to notice what the mind is thinking, yet come back to the body. In schools, a lot of times they call this heart to home. So what we do is find a comfortable seated posture. Again, I'm in my car, you can be in your car. But what I'd like you to do is just find your seat, meaning we anchor our feet on the ground, we anchor our seat, maybe find the backrest of the chair, but just so you can get into a comfortable posture. If you are in a position where you're laying down, this is great too. But we begin by placing one hand over our heart and one hand over our belly. And from here you have the choice to close your eyes, just remove, sensory distraction around you, or you can take a soft gaze at the floor beneath you. And when we do this, we really remove an entire layer of distraction from what's going on around us. Now, for the purposes of this practice, you'll still maybe hear some background noise, but what I encourage you to do is just, with that hand over the heart, with that hand over the belly, begin to rest your awareness on the breath. So as you do, nice deep inhale in, what you're going to find is that rise of the ribs and chest. And as you exhale, you'll notice there's a fall, right? That release of oxygen from the body. So we're just going to stay here with the breath for the count of 10, 1 being the inhale, 2 being the exhale. And just continue here. You don't have to change your breathing. You don't have to do anything different. We're just bringing kind attention to the actual breath. Good. After about 10 breaths, we'll bring our attention down to our feet. So maybe wiggling your toes, noticing how they feel either inside of your shoes, inside of your socks. And then just notice if the mind wanders, which it may, just come back to our focal point, so our point of attention. And then we'll scan upwards from here to the knees, to the seat beneath you, to the chest. And while you're breathing here with one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly, just simply notice if you can feel your heart beating under the hand that's over your heart, or maybe bring some attention to your clothing. So is it soft? What is the texture of what you're wearing? Maybe you feel your skin, feel the warmth of the body. And then we'll scan all the way up to the head, relaxing the space here between the brows, relaxing the mind. Good. So anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, like your brain on legs, like your thoughts are getting carried away, or you're feeling overwhelmed by something, especially given the current state of events, come back to your heart, come back to your home. Deep breathing, we know, changes the heart rate. I've got an awesome little tool here called a heartbeat stone, which can be used to actually demonstrate this. So I'm going to tap it 2 times to turn it on. And because there's a sensor here on the bottom, what it's going to do is pick up on my heart rate. Now I can change my breathing, which will change the color of the stone because it changes our heart rate, which to me is fascinating because we can change the breath to nice, slow, deep breaths, which is going to change our heart rate, which then impacts the nervous system. So it's really cool. The breath can be used as a remote control for our body. So all those times when our parents would say, take a deep breath, there's something to that, right? And it's hard to see because we are in daylight, but if it's a little bit darker, you can see a color illuminated here. Maybe I'll bring it a little closer and we'll see what we've got. So it's green. It's a light green. Because we're in daylight, it's a little bit harder to see, but this Enso stone, or heartbeat stone, has 5 different colors. Now, this can be used just to demonstrate what I was just teaching, that breath impacts heart rate impacts nervous system. So in times of stress, we can use deep breathing to actually not only change how we feel, but to give the body and mind this sense of feeling safe, right? Same with the heart and belly breathing. It gives us the ability to know that even though there's chaos happening around us, or there's circumstances that are outside of our control, there's a lot that's within our control. And knowing that stress impacts the nervous system, we can do things to feel better. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and take some time for you today.